Hey, what's up everybody, this is Smooth24, and today I'll be taking a look at the Samurai Champloo Complete Collection box set. This includes every episode in the series, as well as a few special features, though not too many. And this is one of the DVDs that I got with my Amazon order that I recently picked up, and I paid $29 for this because it was on sale instead of $54, so I was very happy about that. The cover art here just shows Fu, Mugen, and Jean. And they are the three main characters of the show. The only ones that appear basically in every episode. There are a couple characters that are recurring guest characters or whatever. But overall, each episode is going to have different characters in a different setting. So I don't expect, anybody else to pop up too often. For those who don't know what the story is about, basically Mugen, who is a wild samurai who's more freestyle and mixes his swordplay with breakdancing, gets in a fight with Jean, the disciplined and more calm and gathered samurai. Basically, they get in a sword fight in a restaurant where Fu works and just tear the place apart. And in order to prevent them from being executed, Fu saves them, but makes them promise that they can't kill each other until they've helped her find the samurai who smells of sunflowers. So they travel along, getting into all sorts of crazy situations and taking down bad guys and other samurai they meet along the way. And the series takes place in the Edo era of Japan, but there are some elements of like urban style and hip-hop music and graffiti and whatnot, more modern-day things thrown into the series. So, as much as the series tries to sell itself as an action series, it's also very much comedy. And the comedy elements are both more crude and slapstick humor, as well as some ironic and situational humor. Which, generally the ironic and situational humor is more witty and clever. So you've got kind of a mixture of, the lowbrow humor with the humor you have to pay attention to. Helps if you've done your history homework a little bit, but it's not really necessary. If you miss a couple jokes here and there, it's not that huge of a deal. You'll still catch the rest of them. The art style of this series is very good. I really liked all the different backgrounds they used and all the different color palettes for the environments. The soundtrack is very unique. It's a lot of hip hop music, but it's more old school hip hop mixed with some R&B and a little bit of electronic and techno sounds. I'm not usually a big hip hop fan, but I really love the soundtrack of this series. I think it's phenomenal. And there are 4 artists who provide the soundtrack, and it's not just like they grabbed a bunch of random songs from all over the place and threw them in. They worked with these 4 artists, or I guess one of them's technically a group of 2 people, but on the series. And I apologize if I mispronounce the names here, but those 4 groups are Suchi, Nujabes, Force of Nature, and Fat John. And there's a bunch of different sounds that they bring to the table, but I think it all meshes really well. And some of the pieces they choose to use in different scenes is very different than what I would have expected, but also very effective. Now, as for what actually comes in the box here, you do get all 7 discs, and instead of putting them in the 2-disc per case setting like I have with my Ergo Proxy box set, they actually give you 7 different boxes for all your discs. So I like that a lot better personally. Yeah, your full box is actually bigger, but I don't feel like the discs are going to fall out every time I open the case. I'd rather have them be secure than save space. So that's just my taste with that. The DVDs do include both the English and Japanese audio. Personally, I prefer the English audio. I really think Steve Bloom and Kirk Thornton did a fantastic job as Mugen and Jean. You get a widescreen presentation. There's the textless opening, the opening credits, just without the credits themselves. You get a concept art gallery, as well as a bumper gallery, and what the bumper gallery is the images that pop up every time the show goes to a commercial break halfway through. Those pieces of artwork are the bumpers. The different discs have separate artwork on the front, and I believe these are the images that were used when each disc was released separately. I'm not positive on that, but I'm pretty sure. So like the first one there, you got some graffiti look in the background with the three main characters on the front, and each disc does come with 4 episodes, except for the last disc comes with 3. There's disc number 2, kind of the same layout with the graffiti there, except for some blue. Volume 3, we got Mugen. Volume 4 is all 3. Volume 5, Mugen again. Volume 6 is the 3 main characters. And Volume 7, 3 main characters one last time. The discs, or the cases rather, if you pop them open, they have interviews with the Japanese staff, which is really cool. There's a couple of them that talk with like the artists and then the director, and there's a couple of them that talk with the guys who provided the music for the series. So those are pretty cool, and they included them in a very unique way, I think. There's only 2 episodes in this series that I was disappointed with, and I'm not going to say they're terrible, but the way they included them kind of throws the focus off towards the end, and I won't give anything away about what those episodes are about, but Cosmic Collisions and Baseball Blues. I felt Cosmic Collisions just kind of ran in circles and didn't really go anywhere. It's not nearly as funny as any of the other episodes either. Whereas Baseball Blues, it's still funny, but it doesn't really help the plot at all. And both of those episodes show up fairly late in the story. I guess I wouldn't have been so disappointed with them if they had shown up earlier on, and that was just kind of like, oh, you know, we got through those, but it's not a big deal. But they decided to put them in right as things are getting really interesting, and then it's kind of like, let's take a break a second and go do this stuff, and then come back to what's interesting. So I wasn't too hot on that, but overall it's a very good series. If you like, you know, action and comedy mixed together, Samurai Champloo might be for you. The show is hosted on Funimation's channel on YouTube, so if you want to go check it out there, you know, before you decide if you want to get the DVDs or not, or if you want to watch the whole series there you go. That's how I did it before, is I just watched the stuff on YouTube and then decided to buy the DVDs later on. So, yeah. If you're into this kind of stuff, check it out. And I will put in the description box a full written review that I did on my blog of just the series, not the actual DVDs. So with that, I will see you guys next time.